Chosen ones, what I'm about to reveal may shock you if you're seeing this message. It's not by accident. You were led here, guided by something far greater than coincidence. Someone powerful is watching you, not just anyone, the kind of man whose name is spoken in whispers. A force who can alter empires with a single decision. He is real, and he's not coming to harm you. He's coming to meet you because you've done something rare. You've survived what was designed to break you. So before we go any deeper, do 3 things right now. Hit that like button to confirm your presence, subscribe to help us reach 5,000 chosen ones strong, and leave a comment with the number 11. That number is a spiritual code, a signal to the universe that you're ready for. If you're still listening, it's because something inside you knows this is for you. The things you've prayed for aren't just coming, they're already moving toward you, and the shift that's happening in your life is not random. It's divine. Prepare yourself. What's ahead will leave you speechless. They thought they buried you under silence, but silence carries further than noise in the right rooms. Somewhere right now behind closed doors, in circles you've never stepped foot in, your name is being spoken, not as gossip, not as rumor, but as a signal. A signal that you survived what should have destroyed you. A signal that you've moved differently through the fire. You have walked through storms without collapsing, and the world that once ignored you has started to whisper. You may not hear those whispers with your natural ears, but you feel them. That sensation in your chest when the atmosphere shifts. That's not paranoia. That's the resonance of power realizing you cannot be erased. The most dangerous man alive is not a myth. He exists. He moves. He commands influence at levels hidden from ordinary eyes. And right now, his focus is not on the nations he can topple or the systems he can bend. His focus is on you. Ask yourself why you. Because your survival is evidence. Your resilience is testimony. And in a world addicted to false strength, evidence that cannot be fabricated is terrifying. They can't replicate your scars. They can't counterfeit your silence. They can't invent the way you keep rising when everything says you should have been done. Understand this: whispers travel faster than headlines when spoken in the right rooms. There are decision makers who don't read newspapers, but they study movements. They track anomalies. And your life has become an anomaly they cannot ignore. You've done what others thought impossible. You've walked quietly, and yet your steps thundered. You've moved with humility, and yet your presence disrupted atmospheres. That contradiction makes you dangerous. That paradox makes you worth watching. You think your story is local, that only neighbors or old friends noticed your battles. But power doesn't move on local scales. It listens for frequencies. Every time you chose not to quit, you sent out a frequency. Every time you refused bitterness, you radiated strength. And those frequencies reach places you've never been. This is why your name is echoing in boardrooms, whispered in strategy sessions, noted in conversations that shape futures. They're asking, who is this one who doesn't fold? Who is this anomaly? And the answer keeps circling back to you. The dangerous man watching you isn't threatened by the many. He's intrigued by the rare. And rarity is what you carry. You've lived unseen, yet you've shifted currents. You've been underestimated, yet you've survived storms that others drowned in. That kind of resilience cannot be faked, and it cannot be ignored. That's why eyes are on you now. Not out of pity, not out of suspicion, but out of recognition. Recognition that you are no longer invisible, that your presence has been translated into influence without you even trying. So understand, your name traveling into rooms you've never entered is not random. It is divine alignment. It is spiritual mathematics. It is cosmic justice that takes what they meant for your burial and transforms it into your broadcast. And when the most dangerous man alive hears your name, when his attention shifts to you, it is not to erase you. It is to confirm you. You are the proof. You are the disruption. You are the one who stands without a mask. And that alone is enough to alter destinies. You didn't ask for his eyes on you, but eyes that see through illusions don't fix themselves on the ordinary. They bypass the noise, the clamor, the counterfeit glow of pretenders and land on the frequency of the real. And that's you. What felt like endless trials, betrayals, and nights of silence were not wasted seasons. They became a signal. The dangerous man alive isn't drawn to noise. He's drawn to proof. He doesn't care about the stories people tell, the masks they wear, or the performances they put on for applause. He looks for what cannot be manufactured. He looks for scars that turned into wisdom, for silence that grew into authority, for resilience that pulses like a quiet drumbeat in the unseen. That's why his gaze has landed on you. It isn't predatory, it's prophetic. This isn't surveillance born out of paranoia. It's surveillance that acknowledges your existence as rare. The way you navigated storms without announcing yourself, the way you carried secrets without leaking them, the way you stood upright when everything was designed to make you collapse, these things transformed you into someone worth watching. His gaze is not the gaze of a predator circling prey. It's the gaze of a general recognizing another warrior. In you, he sees a kindred defiance against collapse, a living contradiction that refuses to die where others did. And understand this, the sacred isn't always wrapped in scripture or cloaked in rituals. Sometimes the sacred appears in who notices you. For him to watch you is more than curiosity, it's confirmation. He sees a sacred fire glowing through your ordinary flesh. He sees how your failures did not reduce you, they refined you. And that's terrifying to systems built on control, because a refined soul cannot be manipulated by crumbs of attention or scraps of validation. You already learned to stand without applause, and that independence makes you untouchable. His attention is proof that your journey has transcended personal survival. It has entered the realm of collective disruption. Your choices ripple further than you see. Every time you stood back up, the universe documented it, and now the documentation is undeniable. He studied the evidence. He knows your kind does not appear every decade, sometimes not even every century. You're not prey, you're precedent. You're the rare breed that systems cannot digest, the kind of anomaly that makes entire strategies collapse. And in that recognition, surveillance transforms. It becomes a sacred confirmation that your life carries weight beyond your imagination. This is why paranoia doesn't belong to you. Fear doesn't fit you. You are not the hunted. You are the herald. You are not the one being circled. You are the one being marked for alignment. His eyes are not searching for weakness. They're identifying strength. His watching is not about plotting your fall. It's about calculating your rise. And that realization alone shifts everything. Because when surveillance turns sacred, you stop asking, why me? And you start declaring, of course me. Pressure has a way of stripping away illusions, peeling back the polished mask, and exposing the essence of what a soul is truly made of. You already know this truth because you've lived it. Anyone can pretend strength when the world applauds, when opportunities open, when the path is smooth. But when the storm rages, when betrayal cuts like glass, when silence becomes your only companion, that's when the proof appears. That's when the fragile fold and the authentic rise. And you, chosen one, didn't just survive pressure. You became its living proof. Every trial that should have erased you became a stage where heaven wrote your testimony. Each time your knees hit the floor, each night your tears soaked the pillow, each moment you whispered prayers that no one heard, those were not failures. They were deposits. They were receipts stamped by the unseen to prove you worthy of being watched. That's why the most dangerous man alive has fixed his gaze on you, not because you crumbled, but because you didn't. Think of the seasons when support vanished. Friends became strangers. Strangers became enemies. Enemies wore the faces of those you trusted most. The circle grew smaller until it was just you against the weight of despair. Yet even then, you stood. You didn't stand clean or unshaken. You stood trembling, bleeding, exhausted, but you stood. That stand was louder than any speech you could have given. That stand was your declaration, I am not prey, I am proof. And that declaration echoed far beyond your little corner of the world. The dangerous man alive does not respect titles. He does not admire performers. He does not fear noise. What he recognizes, what he responds to, is evidence, and evidence can only be forged under fire. That's why he notices you, because the fire that was meant to consume you only refined you. The betrayals that were meant to silence you became the very reasons your voice carries weight now. The delays that mocked your hope became the arena where patience built muscle. And the lies that tried to stain your name only made your dignity undeniable. Pressure has done what privilege never could. It has forged you into a living contradiction. You are tender enough to feel and yet unbreakable enough to endure. You are scarred enough to remember pain and yet whole enough to lead others out of it. You are dangerous not because you sought violence or revenge, but because nothing can bend you anymore. The more they tried to crush you, the more you absorbed strength. The more they tried to silence you, the louder your silence became. This paradox unsettles systems. It unnerves watchers, and it intrigues him, the man who studies anomalies like you. So recognize what your journey has proven. You never auditioned for greatness, but the test chose you. The stage found you. Your trials spoke for you when you had no words. Your scars testified when your lips stayed closed. That's why your story is traveling. That's why his gaze has locked on you. Pressure was not your punishment, it was your passport. And now that passport has been stamped by survival itself. You are no longer a possibility, you are undeniable evidence. And evidence cannot be erased. There's a reason silence feels heavier than noise. When the chatter dies down, when the whispers fade, when the ordinary distractions collapse under the weight of something greater, that's when people realize something has shifted. That's the effect you carry now. You walk into a space and without effort, conversations stumble, jokes lose their punch. The atmosphere changes. Why? Because frequency cannot be faked, and your frequency is unpredictable. The room goes silent because it doesn't know how to interpret you. You don't fit the patterns, you don't play the scripts, you don't bend to expectations, and the most dangerous man alive, the one whose attention has already landed on you, values that unpredictability. Predictable people can be managed. Predictable voices can be silenced. Predictable patterns can be controlled. But you've refused to follow the script written for you. You were supposed to collapse under pressure, but you endured. You were supposed to retaliate in rage, but you chose restraint. You were supposed to beg for recognition, but you thrived in obscurity. And each deviation became a frequency the systems could not track. You are the variable no algorithm can calculate. That's why the room grows quiet. That's why eyes shift, hearts pound, and spirits stir when you show up. Silence in those moments is not rejection, it's recognition. It's the acknowledgement that something otherworldly is present. Think about it, rooms filled with powerful voices suddenly pause because your energy interrupts their rhythm. It's not because you shout, it's because you resonate. Power recognizes power, and when real authority walks in, counterfeit authority bows without even knowing why. This is why the dangerous man watches. He has seen hundreds rise with talent, thousands rise with connections, but almost none rise with frequency. And yours unsettles everything. Your unpredictability doesn't mean chaos, it means freedom. You're not locked into the patterns of fear or manipulation that rule most people. You operate by a higher law, a spiritual rhythm that answers to no committee and no approval. That terrifies those who thrive on control. They can't buy your silence. They can't bribe your loyalty. They can't seduce your attention. You've already walked through losses too great to be impressed by temporary gifts. And this independence makes you untouchable. It also makes you indispensable. When the room goes silent, understand what's happening. It is the sound of recognition. Even those who don't like you, even those who don't understand you, feel it. They may never admit it, but their spirits know it. You cannot be dismissed. Your presence forces recalibration, and the dangerous man alive, a master of reading the unseen, respects that. He knows unpredictability is the mark of someone forged by divine fire. He knows systems can't anticipate you, and that is what makes you powerful. So don't mistake the silence for emptiness. Don't misinterpret it as rejection. It's the pause before acknowledgement. It's the stillness that precedes revelation. The room goes quiet because it cannot compete with your frequency. And in that silence, heaven speaks louder than any voice. You are the anomaly. the interruption, the presence that rewrites atmosphere. And this chosen one is why he continues to watch, not out of suspicion, but out of reverence. He sees in you what the silence already declared power beyond predictability. Not every summons is a sentence. Some summons arrive as invitations, delivered not with chains but with recognition. The dangerous man alive isn't watching you to erase you. He is watching to measure you, to confirm that what others overlook is in fact undeniable. You are not called forward to bow. You are called forward to stand. His gaze, heavy though it feels, is not a threat. It is a summons written in the language of destiny. Those who are shallow misread it as danger. Those who are deep know it is a call to readiness. Think of it this way: in the hidden corridors of power, attention itself is a rare currency. The powerful do not waste their sight on the irrelevant. If his eyes have found you, if his thoughts return to you, it means he sees value. Not the kind that fades when applause dies. Not the kind that is bought with bribes or sold with influence. He sees the kind of value that bends the trajectory of events. You are disruption, and disruption cannot be ignored. Yet instead of trying to crush it, he seeks to walk alongside it. He summons you not to dismantle what you are, but to test whether you're ready to wield what you've become. This is why you cannot let fear be your first interpretation. Fear belongs to prey, but you are not prey. You are precedent. You are the evidence that strength forged in fire can survive without recognition and still emerge undeniable. He knows this about you. He knows your silence speaks louder than shouting. He knows your scars carry more authority than the certificates. And he knows your unpredictability rattles systems more than noise ever could. This is why his summons is sacred. He does not want to cage you. He wants to confirm you. Every corridor of influence has gatekeepers, and every gatekeeper looks for something different. Some want compliance, some want fear, some want blind loyalty. But this summons is not that. This is not a call to become his shadow. This is not an invitation to be absorbed. This is a recognition that your frequency stands on its own. And because it stands on its own, it can stand beside his without disappearing. That is the difference between domination and alignment. Domination demands silence. Alignment demands authenticity. Understand, too, that sacred summons do not come often. They appear when the unseen world has already written your qualification. You may not feel prepared, you may not feel worthy, but the fact that you are summoned is proof that you are ready. Readiness is not the absence of fear. Readiness is moving even while fear trembles. And that's what he's searching for, not someone flawless, but someone forged. Someone steady enough to walk through corridors where whispers decide outcomes and alliances are carved in silence. So when the thought of his eyes unsettles you, remember this: intimidation is not the weapon here. Invitation is. He is not saying, be afraid. He is saying, be ready. Be ready to walk through doors most never see. Be ready to hear conversations that shift realities. Be ready to stand in corridors where alliances outlive empires. This is the weight of the summons before you. It is not punishment. It is preparation. It is not threat. It is validation. And when you respond, do not shrink. Do not wonder why. Do not apologize for surviving. Walk forward with the quiet strength that already carried you this far, because what felt like surveillance was in truth recognition. And recognition always comes before elevation. This is your summons, chosen one, and it does not come to end you. It comes to reveal you. You can almost hear it now, the steady rhythm of footsteps drawing closer. Not in the literal sense, but in the spiritual atmosphere that surrounds you. The air feels heavier, moments feel more pointed, and choices feel more significant than they did before. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. The dangerous man alive does not rush. He advances with deliberation. Each step he takes toward you is a test, not of what you say, but of who you are when no one is looking. His approach is not just about distance closing, it's about destiny calling. When footsteps approach, the shallow grow nervous, but the chosen grow focused. You don't need to scramble. You don't need to fabricate an image. You don't need to put on a mask. Why? Because the tests you've already survived have written your credentials. This moment is not about creating a new version of yourself. It's about standing as the version that survived everything designed to erase you. That is what he wants to see, not perfection, but proof. Not a flawless image, but a forged core. Readiness is not proven in speeches. It is proven in silence. It's in how you treat people who can't repay you. It's in the way you carry yourself when no audience is watching. It's in the choices you make when the easy path tempts you, but the right path costs you. These are the things the dangerous man alive pays attention to. He doesn't look for followers. He looks for integrity. He doesn't care about applause. He cares about consistency. He doesn't measure your talent. He measures your truth. Character, chosen one, is the test that never expires. You've passed exams of endurance. You've survived betrayals and you've endured storms. But now, as his footsteps draw closer, the test shifts. It's not just about what you've endured, it's about who you've become because of it. Have you let bitterness harden your heart? Or have you let pain deepen your wisdom? Have you let betrayal poison your trust? Or have you let it sharpen your discernment? These are the unspoken questions his approach is asking you. And the way you live, the way you breathe, the way you carry your scars, those answers are already speaking louder than words. Alignment is the third part of this test. Readiness brings you to the door. Character gives you the key. But alignment determines if the door opens. You cannot align with everything. You must align with what resonates with your calling. This is why you've been pulled away from old circles. Why familiar places feel uncomfortable. Why silence has replaced noise. It was all training for alignment. If you had stayed where you were, you would have missed what is approaching now. Every isolation, every redirection, every detour, it was the universe pulling you into position so that when his footsteps finally reached you, you would be standing in the exact place destiny needed you to be. So listen closely. The footsteps are not just sound, they are signal. They are telling you that the test of readiness, the test of character, and the test of alignment is unfolding right now. And you don't need to panic, you only need to remain true. You've already proven you can survive storms. Now prove you can stand in stillness without fear. You've already proven you can fight through darkness. Now prove you can walk in light without arrogance. The footsteps are coming closer. Chosen one. And when they arrive, they won't expose you. They will confirm you. A handshake may seem small, almost insignificant, but in the corridors of true power, it is never casual. A handshake is covenant. It is a contract written not with ink, but with intent. When the dangerous man alive extends his hand toward you, it is not just a greeting, it is a declaration that he sees you as worthy of access. And access is heavier than titles, more binding than promises, more dangerous than threats. Access is what shifts history. One handshake can open rooms where whispers outweigh armies and where decisions ripple across nations. That is the weight approaching you now. Do not reduce this moment to formality. When his hand meets yours, every scar you've carried, every tear you've shed, every trial you've survived stands between you like silent witnesses. He doesn't extend his hand to everyone. He extends it only to those who carry evidence of endurance. His world doesn't respect words, it respects proof. And when he shakes your hand, it is not because of what you claim, but because of what you've lived. That handshake says, I see the fire in your eyes. I see the storms you conquered. I see the resilience that cannot be broken. And I recognize it. But recognition is only the first part. Responsibility is the second. With access comes weight. Once you step into the inner circle of influence, your choices ripple beyond yourself. A single yes can shift futures. A single no can close doors for generations. This is why the handshake feels so heavy, because it is not only about honor, it is about burden. You cannot afford to treat it lightly. You cannot afford to forget who you are. For the handshake is not asking you to become someone else. It is asking you to stand as who you already are, uncompromised, uncorrupted, unwavering. And then comes the third layer alliance. This handshake does not make you his servant. It makes you his partner. Power does not align with weakness. It aligns with strength. He does not need your obedience. He needs your authenticity. He does not want your silence. He wants your clarity. He does not demand your surrender. He desires your steadfastness. And that is the paradox of this moment. What looks like submission is actually elevation. You are not being lowered. You are being lifted into corridors where only the tested can stand. Think of it, empires have collapsed over betrayals sealed with handshakes. Nations have risen from alliances born in a clasp of palms. Movements have ignited because two individuals dared to stand together in unity. The dangerous man alive knows this truth. That is why he does not extend his hand casually. And that is why, when he extends it toward you, it carries the weight of legacy. He is asking you, without words, will you honor this covenant? Will you carry this responsibility? Will you steward this access with wisdom? So when the moment comes, chosen one, do not hesitate. Do not second-guess yourself. Do not shrink under the pressure. Extend your hand with steady resolve, not because you crave validation, but because you are already validated. You are not agreeing to lose yourself. You are agreeing to be more of yourself than ever before. This handshake is not your prison. It is your platform. It is not your end. It is your beginning. And when your palm meets his, history will not forget the soundless covenant forged in that simple gesture. Disruption has always followed you, not because you sought it, but because truth collides with lies, and authenticity unsettles pretense. From the moment you refused to break, you became a disruption. From the instant you chose resilience over bitterness, you became a disruption. And disruption, chosen one, is not chaos. When it is intentional, it is order being restored. The most dangerous man alive sees this in you. He recognizes that you are not just unpredictable, you are deliberate. You don't disturb atmospheres for attention. You shift them because your very presence is misaligned with deception. You are disruption on purpose. Most people sell their influence cheaply. They surrender it for applause, for money, for recognition. They become predictable tools of the very systems that enslave them. But not you. You could not be bought when you were starving. You could not be silenced when you were slandered. You could not be erased when you were forgotten. That refusal has given you a currency more valuable than wealth: incorruptibility. And incorruptibility is terrifying to powers built on compromise. They cannot bribe you because you have already walked through lack. They cannot shame you because you have already lived through humiliation. They cannot exile you because you have already learned to survive alone. That's why you are dangerous, and that's why your influence cannot be ignored. Wielding influence is not about becoming louder. It is about becoming truer. Your voice has power not because you shout, but because you have scars behind your words. Every syllable carries weight because it was purchased with pain. And now, as you stand in corridors where alliances are forged, you must remember this truth: never surrender your soul for a seat at the table. A seat is worthless if it costs you your essence. Influence without authenticity is hollow, but influence wielded with integrity becomes immortal. That is the invitation before you, not to compromise, but to embody disruption with purpose. The dangerous man alive isn't testing whether you can be loud. He already knows you can. He's watching to see if you can remain grounded while the world bends around you. Can you speak when silence is costly? Can you stand when standing isolates you? Can you act when action offends those addicted to comfort? This is the measurement of true influence. It is not about pleasing the masses, it is about aligning with truth, even if it cuts across the grain of culture. And so the summons becomes clear: you are not here to blend in. You are here to break patterns. You are not here to uphold illusions. You are here to expose them. You are not here to fit into the system. You are here to unravel it. That is why you were preserved. That is why you were protected. That is why his eyes remain fixed on you. He knows you are not a performer seeking spotlight. You are a reformer carrying fire. You are disruption, not as accident, but as assignment. So carry your influence carefully. Chosen one, do not trade your authenticity for acceptance. Do not trade your integrity for access. Do not trade your soul for security. Remember, disruption on purpose is holy, and when you wield it without surrender, you become untouchable. You become the proof that cannot be silenced. You become the fire that systems cannot contain. Power always comes with a cost. No crown is weightless. No influence is free. No access arrives without its shadows. The dangerous man alive knows this truth better than anyone. And now his eyes are on you to see if you understand it too. Because stepping into corridors of power means learning quickly that every gift carries a burden. Every opportunity carries a temptation. And every alliance carries a test. You cannot wield authority without boundaries. You cannot carry influence without enemies. You cannot rise without integrity that refuses to bend. Boundaries are your first line of defense. Without them, access becomes chaos. Without them, influence corrupts instead of uplifts. The very reason you survived your past battles is because you learned where to draw lines. You learned when to say no, when to walk away, when to let silence speak louder than words. Those boundaries will be tested again. They will call it arrogance. They will call it stubbornness. But it is not arrogance to guard your soul. It is not stubbornness to protect your essence. Boundaries are the fences that keep the sacred safe, and without them, power becomes poison. Enemies are the second cost. Influence attracts opposition like light attracts moss. Some will oppose you openly, others will disguise themselves as allies. Some will envy your elevation, others will resent your resilience. But understand this, enemies are not evidence of failure. They are confirmation of impact. The day no one resists you is the day you have stopped disrupting. The dangerous man alive respects this principle. He knows true influence is measured not by applause, but by resistance. If you are not creating friction, you are not shifting anything. Enemies prove you matter. And then comes the greatest cost: integrity. This is the line you cannot cross, the non-negotiable within your soul. The systems will test it, opportunities will tempt it, doors will try to demand it. But the moment you sell your integrity, you forfeit your authority. You may keep the platform, but you will lose the power. And the dangerous man alive does not align with the compromised, he aligns with the incorruptible. That is why he watches you. Not because you are flawless, but because you are unbending. Not because you are untouchable, but because you are unwilling to sell what makes you sacred. Power without integrity is noise. Power with integrity is eternal. This is the cost. Chosen one to rise higher. You must guard boundaries, accept enemies, and protect integrity. There will be nights you feel the loneliness of saying no. There will be days you wonder if silence is worth the sacrifice. But every refusal to compromise is a deposit into your destiny. Every time you choose truth over convenience, you prove again that you cannot be bought. That proof is what makes you dangerous. So count the cost. Don't romanticize power without remembering its price. But don't fear the price either, for you have already paid in scars, in tears, in seasons of isolation. You have already been tested by fire. This next cost will not destroy you. It will confirm you. Boundaries will protect you. Enemies will sharpen you. Integrity will elevate you. And when you carry these three together, no system, no rival, no shadow can undo you. This is the cost of power, and you are ready to pay it. Every story carries a threshold moment, a line between what was and what will be. For you, chosen one, that line is here. You have walked through storms. You have survived betrayals. You have endured isolation. You have stood when others fell. And now you stand at the edge of something irreversible. The dangerous man alive has watched, tested, measured, and confirmed. His footsteps are no longer distant, they are near. His hand is no longer withheld, it is extended. And before you lies a threshold that will not only change your life, but echo across generations. Crossing this threshold is not about abandoning who you were, it is about embodying who you have become. Every scar, every silence, every night of tears has prepared you for this. The threshold is not a reward, it is a responsibility. You don't cross it for recognition. You cross it for transformation. Once you step over, you cannot go back to being unseen, unnoticed, underestimated. The moment you cross, your life becomes testimony. Your survival becomes blueprint. Your presence becomes prophecy fulfilled. Destiny sealed means there is no undoing what has been written. Long before you knew your own strength, the scrolls of heaven recorded your resilience. Long before you understood your battles, the universe marked you as chosen. This threshold is simply the unveiling of what was hidden. You are not stepping into a new story. You are stepping into the chapter that was always waiting for you. And once sealed, your destiny is no longer debated, it is declared. No voice, no critic, no rival can argue with what heaven has already signed. Legacy activated means your story is no longer just yours. It belongs to those watching in silence, to those hoping for proof that endurance pays off, to those desperate for evidence that scars can heal into strength. Every choice you make beyond this threshold ripples outward. Children not yet born will walk in the light you release. Strangers you'll never meet will find courage in the words you carry. Legacy is not about monuments, it is about momentum. And your life has become momentum in motion. History rewritten means the script others wrote for you has been torn apart. The narrative of failure they tried to stamp on your name no longer applies. The obituary of your potential has been set on fire. Instead, your story becomes a headline of resilience, a declaration that the underestimated can become unstoppable. You rewrite history not by erasing the past, but by reframing it. The scars remain, but now they speak of survival. The betrayals remain, but now they testify of endurance. The silence remains, but now it resounds with authority. So here you stand, chosen one, on the edge of forever. The dangerous man alive is not coming to destroy you. He is coming to confirm you. His hand extends not to control you, but to align with you. The threshold before you is not the end of your battle. It is the beginning of your reign. Step forward. Cross without hesitation. Let your destiny seal. Let your legacy activate. Let history rewrite itself around your name. The room that once whispered will one day roar. And the world will remember not just that you survived, but that you crossed the threshold and claimed what was always yours. Breathe, chosen one. You've walked with me through fire, through silence, through corridors of power and thresholds of destiny. And now, as this message softens and the intensity begins to ease, I want you to feel the stillness that follows revelation. The storm has spoken, the fire has burned, the threshold has been crossed. What remains is peace, not the fragile peace the world offers, but the steady, immovable peace that comes when you know you are aligned with destiny. You don't have to force what is already written. You don't have to chase what is already moving toward you. The dangerous man alive has seen, heaven has confirmed, and your scars have testified. Nothing more is required than your willingness to keep walking in the light of what has been revealed. Rest in this truth, you are enough. Your survival was proof. Your endurance was qualification. Your authenticity was the key. You don't need to perform. You only need to continue being the unshakable soul you already are. The road ahead will still bring challenges, but they will not overwhelm you. Enemies may rise, but they will fall before your consistency. Temptations may appear, but your integrity will keep you steady. Doors will open, and you will walk through them not in fear but in confidence. The silence that once isolated you has now become your authority. The storms that once threatened you have become your training. And the gaze that once unsettled you has become your validation. So take this moment to breathe, to rest, to let your heart settle into the rhythm of peace. Prepare yourself not with fear, but with assurance. The journey continues, but it continues with you already crowned, already chosen, already aligned. Remember, what lies ahead is not random. It is divine. And as you move forward, you will do so not as the one forgotten, but as the one confirmed. Go in stillness. Go in courage. Go in peace. The world is watching, but heaven is guiding. and that is more than enough.